Hi, I'm the WanderingNewbie, and it's time for more Record Keeper. Today, we have the Final Fantasy VI event, Weight of the Past. One of these days, I will have a solid intro to a video. But, not today, that's for sure. If you can't tell from the music and the banner, it's all Shadow themed. That's about it. It's about Shadow. It's the weight of his past. Do you get it? Okay. Yes, much like Jesus, Shadow comes back from the dead. There's your analogy. Shadow has risen. Indeed, he has risen. That is the call and response. I keep sitting here going, man, the game must be like mad quiet or something. It's really weird. And then I remember, no, it's not. Last week was just Dissidia, and those games are overly loud. I just need something with an ice damage game. Like, I saw two, but I've done those. I want to keep this fresh. Fresh. Oh, what was that? Terror Spellblade, right. One of these days. One of these days. So Easter is defeated, and I could not be happier. So let me tell you about holidays with the family. Ooh boy. There's one thing that puts a lot of stress in my life. It is, alright, you're living on your own now. You're technically an adult. You need to not fuck up. Okay, not dark. Or not, is he immune to dark? No. Okay. Nightmare Blade, though. Like, okay, to give an example, one of the things of like, alright, you need to put on the airs that you are a functioning adult and not just kind of getting by the seat of your pants as you are, as you do as a millennial. Part of that is like, okay, gotta make sure I take my suit to the cleaners. You gotta make sure that looks all good. Okay. And then, I know nothing of fashion. Gotta make sure I get a shirt and tie that looks good. Let me actually take pictures of shirt and tie combos and send them to my sister to be like, does this go together? I'm not sure. Please help. I'm dying. Please help, my family is dying. By my family, I mean myself. I mean, I would go as far as to not even just say men's fashion is bullshit. All fashion is bullshit. And, like, confusing and Man, I don't try and understand it. Anyway, let's get started. Because I've been live for 20 minutes and haven't started to fight yet. Is this... Hold up, I need to check. Yep, volume 10. You know, I knew my coffee tasted off. I forgot to put sugar in this. But, because I do my little, like, sort of pseudo mocha, where I put 1 K-cup of coffee in there, and then a K-cup of hot chocolate. Not that bad. Motherfucker, right, that's your gimmick. No, says I. Absolutely not. Fight me, coward. Come on, do your move. Alright, it's random. Cool. Whack. Oh yeah, no, don't worry, Doc, I know. I did have the moment of, timing, maybe not, the best. These things happen. Oh yeah, I adore the Dark Cecil Arcane. It looks really good. Hello there. I never changed my auto message. This guy. I never grabbed my mithril. This guy points at myself. Oh. Ooh. Those potions though. I need to take care of those. It's been a rough week or two. Maybe I'll farm up some summon crystals today while it's all dungeon open. There's gonna be a lot of, like, grasping for things to talk about as we get later on in this event. For very unfortunate reasons. I'm not saying this event is extremely fake. But, this event felt kind of fake. Well, sadly, yeah, even the banners are kind of fake for this event, because welcome to a post-awakening banner that has no awakenings on it. What? In an extremely it's your job voice. That's your job, though! Alright, who's ready to Shadow Realm this, this bug? Watch this move. Yeah! Yeah, don't retaliate, it's real! Oh, just wait, I'm gonna power myself up. I did such little damage. What the fuck? Yeah. One of those isn't technically an attack, yet was typed properly to be avoided. Wasn't an attack. Oh, I didn't use the roaming warrior. Huh. I'm just that powerful. I could finish this boss off, or now just imagine if I had not been a dipshit and used Onion Knight. You know, I've never actually read how very poorly this message is, like, justified. It doesn't look good. Like, you could easily have put whoops, well, I clicked. Maybe another? No? Alright. The two could have gone on the next line and it would have been more centered. But they just didn't. Also, if this event came out before Fest, like, what did they do, V Prisoner? Did they, like, shuffle around the event order for us? Because we still got Dissidia, which had awakenings. Weird. Why do that? Well, either way, Hell Rider's here. Hey, so pop quiz. Does anybody remember Hell Rider? It took me a bit, but yeah. Does anybody remember Hell Rider and where they actually show up? Alright. Okay. Yeah, Narsh Assault. Yeah, alright, yeah. It legitimately took me a second. Of like, who are you? And then, oh, right, yeah. Yeah. That dingus. The dingus who is very fake. Hell Rider. Alright, I think I just need to take the next 30-30 that I see. EXY Sad is still such a good username. Alright, Hell Rider. I legitimately have no idea what this guy does. But you'll bet your ass that I saw that he was Poison Week. And decided that today was the day that Poison gets to live. Also, I took Hyper Mighty Guard for this and immediately forgot that I took it. Welcome to the stream of me just forgetting to use Soul Breaks. Because they're fake and dumb. Yeah. Give me the gross moves. Also, Burning Rush is here because there's only really 2 real poison moves. There's Bio Grenade, but let's be real here. I could have been throwing Bio Grenade on Riku. She does have those materia. Well, Hell Rider, it's been a hoot. You were there. Oh shit. Riku hit 10 Maya. Safety bit. I wonder if it does the same thing as FF10 safety bit, or if it's different. Are you real or fake? Because I can't be responsible enough to look up what these accessories do ahead of time. Oh shit. Petrify and Instant KO? Wow. It's like death and then death, but death and death light. Cool death. You ever think about when they first localized the Persona games? Because they localized all the elements to actually make sense and not be nonsense Persona words. They localized the Muda spells as, I think it was kill, murder, and genocide. I believe what they were. I learned that some time ago, and that little bit of information has never left my lexicon. Because it's, that's some choice data right there. Yes, the screen exactly. Oh, I've gotten to the point where, because I know, like, I can parse all the various Persona prefix and suffixes. I do prefer that. for sure. For somebody first coming into the series, they are dumb made up words. So here's a boss that actually has an interesting gimmick of it has a weakness that changes and it has 2 forms. It's also a boss that's weak to fire in both forms, so, well, you tried. The real question is how, like, after last week's, how wild are you? How buck wild are you? Because the ultimate double plus damage last week was really buck wild. Okay. That's some real big boy damage. Still. That's some large boy damage. We should, for the most part, be fine though. For obvious reasons. While frightening and scary, due to being a behemoth. A large behemoth. He is still weak to fire. I had to think today, because a lot of the bosses in this event are weak to fire, about how oddly, like, kind of across the board fire abilities are. Because, like, alright, holy, right? Physical holy, 1 school. Fire is like 5 or 6 schools. So yeah, as an aside, in the first form, Behemoth here is weak to fire and also weak to poison. And the second form here is weak to oh, my brain. Still fire and holy. So that's the slight variation that occurs in phase 2. Phase dose. Still falls very quickly. So, almost not a threat. Almost. Is almost entirely magic except for that 4-hit combo. But, hey, I just slapped the taunt materia on somebody and they did work. The Upblade. Alright, so, clearly, these two fights, like the last ones, have been fairly simple. We won't deny that, right? Well, these are Apocalypse level fights. They've got to be real. They've got to be the true shit. They've got to swap out for a different party, because this is not the party that I built for this fight. Whoop. Almost just went right past it. So I need a shout. Like, yeah, perfect. Guide me to victory, Lonzo. Right, it's gonna be this fight. Which means we're gonna get this song for the whole fucking fight, aren't we? And the song has looped. It's not as bad as the Demon Wall music from FF4, but it's not great. Not great. I don't follow exactly. Now see, I played this game recently, but not 100% sure on every detail. Is there supposed to be a connection between Siegfried and Shadow? Shadow's story ends at the Coliseum. Right. That's right. Yep. That is exactly what happens in this game. I remembered that. Alright, so you have, for the most part, seen everything that this boss does. It is a whole lot of shows up, does Doom, Reflect, and fire attacks. That's it. Oh, also it does that. But you can just wear instant death resist and not give any shits. Yeah, V Prisoner, I was maybe going to bring the core crew to this event, but then every boss in this event actually had a weakness. Keep doing roulette. It is absolutely working for you. I call this one because I can. In fact, it might just be dead. Nope. No? Yes. Hell yeah! I got destroyed. Amazing. You ever just put soul breaks on people as a joke, and you realize, oh wait, this doesn't work at all. Also, I just like to look at this fully operational Tyro with 10k health, outside of any sort of synergy. But yeah, no, V Prisoner, I actually had a strategy of using a whole bunch of new technology and stuff that I had gotten off the anniversary banners and just in between, you know, that garbage. And just as it turned out, oops, all the bosses this event actually have weaknesses. So, well, so it goes. Which, like, yeah, reminder, the Realm banner rollover is occurring in, like, 3 days. It's gonna be on the 24th, early in the morning, I believe. So, I guess technically you only have like 2-ish days. If there's any other banners, realm-wise, that you want to pull on, hop to it. I think I have only 2 left. I am 90% sure it is 2 and 6. So I will be pulling on those later tonight. I was saving them to do every time a Torment came out, for the most part. But they decided to jump ahead of schedule, so can't do that. Why no Magicites equipped? So I try and clear these bosses with less... I purposely put on training weights, so to speak, to show that, hey, you don't need top-end shit to do these bosses. The most outrageous stuff I do is I use 6-star abilities, and on Apocalypse level fights, I use Super Soul Breaks, or Glints, like that kind of stuff. Just to show, like, hey, I know Awakening and Ultras and all that shit exists. Don't be too worried. It's fine. You're fine. You can get along with a lot of stuff. Anyway. And like on that subject, furthermore, the reason that I don't use Magicites is because, Magicites give you a massive stat boost that I don't think a lot of people realize. The difference between using and not using Magicites can be like 5,000 damage per hit. Like, it's huge. But they've been around for so long that I think a lot of people sort of, not really like take them for granted, but don't realize how huge those boosts are for newer players. I have been able to clear every Apocalypse fight with Soul Breaks or Supers or lower, and every Apocalypse Double Plus with Supers or lower, minus the fact that I actually use a burst on my healer, because, hey, guess what? Apocalypse level fights, the only real difference is it's just bigger numbers. Or double plus levels. You know what I mean. I'm not going to be talking a lot about Ultimate Weapon here. Because Ultima is not that interesting. These event difficulties weren't actually around before Magicites. I want to say 3-star Magicites were around before even Apocalypse level fights existed. It's wild. Like, Magicite has actually been around for a very long time. You ever just look at the multiplier on the thief moves and realize how completely bonkers they are? Because it's like pretty buck wild. Hell yeah, Phantom Rush. Give me that 360. You may be saying, hey newbie, how much is Phantom Rush actually going to help you? A lot of these bosses resist that stuff, or just don't give a shit. Well, you'd be surprised. Hell yeah. Also works on his gravity move. Old Ultima here. Yeah, Apocalypse Gravija. The blink works on that too. I will complain about new hard difficulty fights that are just nothing but damage numbers and really nothing else. I don't know what's worse, honestly. Bosses that are nothing but numbers, or things like Ultima here who are just utterly fake. Ultima, you existed. You were, by textbook definition in Final Fantasy Record Keeper, a boss. Alright. So, Legate, which I'm going to... I'm going to say, guess that's how you pronounce that, your username. But the really cool thing about streaming almost every Record Keeper event for the last 3.5 years is I can do this. Apocalypse plus Aeon. Oh, alright. Practice final Aeon. Here we go. Apocalypse plus Aeon battle. Open up this video. Streaming's end. Bonus battles and full stream. Mute this video. And where is the prep screen for this? Man, remember when I used to break down? Oh, yeah. Well, I'll be damned. I was actually 100% right. Because, and I'll just grab this picture real quick just to show that I'm not joshing y'all. Crop, file size, save as. Free Magus site. corner, and image. Okay. Sorry, I can't not do that. It's habitual. There you go, right there. That is the prep screen from that video. This was for the Aeon fight, and there is no part for Magicite down there. So, Apocalypse fights existed before Magicite. So yeah, you were right. I think that was the point you were making. Which, yes. Sorry, I kind of lost who was saying what at a point, but Legate, you are right. Yeah, no Legend Materia either. Legend Materia did not occur until, like... I can't even remember. But it took a bit until Legend Materia occurred. That was when I made the qualifier of... I'm going to allow Legend Materia for Apocalypse fights. Yeah, no, original Apocalypse fights occurred before everybody had Memory Crystal 3s. It was absolutely wild. How was the event? Extremely mediocre. None of these bosses have been threatening. Ultima was a little threatening, and that's because I let him stay alive in his weak phase too long. I let him stay alive. I let that beast alone. Yeah, see that's... So, I think it's in the first episode, and V Prisoner, you have to give me a link to, like, do it for me right now. Send me a link to the first podcast, and then eventually we will reorganize it and everything like that. I need to make a chat command for, hey, this is our podcast, because me, Free Prisoner, and a friend of ours, Sly09, have done one, and V Prisoner is in the editing of the second podcast on Record Keeper, where like one of the topics that we talked about is with encroaching power creep and what have you, and even as I've shown, power creep of not even just soul breaks, just abilities and general numbers on characters, because hey, I can't undo I leveled these characters up for endgame fights. Like, that was something that weighed on me for a very long time when I was trying to do proper limitations. Is like, man, I'm bringing level 80 or level 99 characters to these fights. Is that really fair? You know? Because a newer player isn't going to have that level of characters. A EX fight, for me, is very easy because all my characters have numbers, whereas a newer level player who only has level 50 characters, it's going to be way harder. So, you know, that shit sort of is weird. But hey, hold up. Sorry, I had to get quiet for the video cut there because I can obviously keep talking about this subject into this fight because, hey, guess what? This fight's very fake. But one of the subjects that we talked about on the first podcast, I think in particular, and definitely we expanded upon it more in the second podcast, is with the growing power creep in this game, one thing that has kind of disappeared off of the face of the map of this game as a whole is the mid-tier difficulty. That doesn't exist anymore. It comes around every now and again, but generally it's like the one-off special events or festival fights and that kind of stuff. But like, what we specifically refer to it as is the level 300 fight. It's high time that they added another difficulty tier to standard event fights. And I know a lot of people may look at that and be like, I don't want to do another fight each event, but like, dog, as somebody that does these every week on a stream, I need another difficulty. And like, yes, Mirage Dungeons exist. Mirage Dungeons are a once a month thing. That's the problem. It's once a month, and there is one fight in there. Me Prisoner puts it the best right there. Japan still only... It's 3 difficulties, but there's only one hard fight. There's a newer player difficulty, a higher player difficulty, and then like an actual 300 level fight. What was I saying? Yeah, okay. V Prisoner puts it the best. Japan has had awakenings for 6 months, and they're still aren't anything harder than a what's it called, a 260. Yeah, again, I'm gonna butcher this name too, but Hunky Q, I'm gonna go with, I'm very sorry. That was another thing we talked about, is that the 350 difficulty multiplayer fights are really interesting, but they're 350 difficulty, they're completely murdering, and you spend like 4 hours trying to clear them for Gil. Nobody really wants to do that. And the thing is with Record Keeper is it's not like, well, that's just an inherent flaw of Record Keeper. It can't really have interesting fights. When last week we did the Escape from Spider fight, which was a very interesting and cool fight. And also, like, every fest has very cool and interesting fights added in there. Mind you, for the most part, God Kefka was just damage and nothing else. But it played out interesting, and it was a tier of difficulty that wasn't quite as punishing as 5-star and 4-star Magicite, but, you know, you kind of had to go all out against. Like, another thing. The event super bosses need a 300 tier difficulty. Medic guy, I'm not... I assume that's like a producer or something, but I'm not familiar with the TSPP. I know that's generally like it's probably the producer because based off of Grand Blue, you know, they generally go by a temporary solution to a permanent problem. Okay, okay. But yeah, like the person just said there, when I saw, hey, we did Ifrit EX, but in Final Fantasy Record Keeper, like, to a T, it had so many of the mechanics from FF14 for Ifrit Extreme, of like, hey, we put a debuff on your healers, there's 50 nails, you know? Like, I wanted to do that fight. Unfortunately, well... Infernal difficulties are ass, and did not feel like suffering through it. Like, let me put it this way. I don't do multiplayers on stream anymore. Mainly because of, what's it called? Hold up. We can continue this into the video. Okay, now that we're in the loading screen. So, I don't do multiplayer on streams anymore. Or videos, really, except for like the rare multiplayers that are really interesting. Reasons being A, a lot of people I did multiplayer videos with stop playing the game. And B, there is a bit of problems with the emulator here, where it just doesn't really like to cooperate with multiplayer. It crashes a lot when we try and load in. It kind of needs to attempt to load in once, and then it's good. But if they introduced a really cool 300 Infernal difficulty, I would start doing multiplayers on video again. Because a lot of those Infernal fights have very cool mechanics. Because, of course, with Record Keeper, if they're only releasing one fight a month, they actually put effort into it. Every single Infernal fight, except for I think maybe Big Flan, has been kind of interesting in its own way. Anyway, this fight is just gonna be your boy Ultima again, and he's still incredibly fake. But yeah, Record Keeper is in a very rough situation right now, because even more so, Awakenings get released, right? And then the only actually difficult thing that they introduce after Awakenings are introduced is Odin. That's it! They just bring in Odin. And then, on top of everything, you go, alright, so they did Odin, they finished Magicite, literally, episode Magicite is done, right? Yeah, because, like, Odin was the big, bad, dark guy behind all of it. So they're gonna move on to something else new and interesting, right? No, they're just doing 6-star magicite. Dina, you have gold in this game. Record Keeper is actually a solid game for the most part. Put a little bit more effort into it instead of just copy and pasting over and over and over again. There was a era in this game where fights, abilities had interactions, like characters could really very noticeably interact with each other. And that doesn't really exist anymore. The most that characters interact nowadays is somebody will entrust over to somebody else. Well, anyway, as much as I complain, I'm gonna blow this guy up with an arcane because I think the animation looks cool. The game is broken, but wow, cool animation. So like here's the thing about the new magicite, and did I clear out the realm draws? I'm literally gonna do that later this stream. Like I talked about it earlier. So here's the thing. There was a really cool thing in this game, and it was about 2 years ago. New and busted. The old hotness. Hold up. It's gotta load. Remember when this game had puzzle fights? Once a month? And it whipped ass? And you got really cool rewards for doing them? Like, people complain about Valgamonda, and kind of rightfully so. On the global side of things, we did get kind of the short end of the stick because we missed some summons thanks to collab events. Neo Bahamut was such a cool mechanic of charging the orbs. Ultima's orb mechanic was very basic, but it was the first one. Crushdown showing that they could actually do mechanics with like almost MMO mechanics. Re-raise was interesting, working with the status effect cure stuff, which people had forgotten existed by that point. Quadruple Foul was very easy because of dances. So, we'll forget that one existed. Northern Cross. What, was this the Tomberry one? That was the Tomberry one. That one was okay. It was alright. Meltdown was a cool mechanic that suffered due to its mastery conditions. Aside from that, it was super cool. Curada was fantastic. Here we go. Newbie, on record. Hot Potato owned. It took more than just hitting your abilities as soon as they came up. You had to stop there and think for a minute. Affliction Break was rough. Affliction Break's main problem was that they wanted you to use the synergy characters, but they were very bad DPS-wise. So that's where it suffered. And Omega Drive was... Omega Drive was so wild because it was laughing in the face of Element Meta before Element Meta existed. Element Meta was starting to form, and then Omega Weapon showed up, and he was like, no, fuck you! And it was fan-fucking-tastic. Fucking note that these are difficulty 150 fights. It's wild to think about that. But anyway, and I'm stalling for time here so that, because I think I'm going to do a short stream this week. We're just going to get into banner review and pools. And I was stalling until the second set of banners dropped. But, what was I saying here? In one of the podcasts, I can't remember if it was in the first one or in the second one that V-Prisoner is still editing. We tossed around the thought of, hey, what if they did new Nightmare Dungeons for the ability schools that never got Nightmare Dungeons? What if we got the Nightmare Dungeon, where, like, you had to use magic taunt or physical taunt to actually pull in abilities, and they would hit. It'd be like tank busters, more or less, in an MMO sort of system. And then it would dispel the taunt, you know, so that you would have to tank swap. Or, like, even, you know, sort of a Dragoon one where you'd have to time jumps, which would be rough, but hey, what really do Dragoons do except for stay in the air? You're right, it would be effort to design. Anywho, hey, V-Prisoner, if you're only watching the stream and haven't jumped in yet, I am ready whenever. Hi.
Hey.
There he is.
Yeah, I was just rejiggering some stuff, so yeah.
Anywho, let's hop into Arcane Overstrikes, the banner.
Arcane Overstrikes, baby. These banners exist.
They sure do. Kef is here with a dark boosting harp, which is usable by all of him and Tyro. Dark Poison is a poison arcane.
Poison arcane? Okay, he does get an poison off his BSB 1, and that is it. I'll say that much. Like, none of his other modern tech even bothers to try and give poison an edge. It's just there for flavor. This can actually be utilized in some sort of galaxy brain way.
That's right. You pulled on this banner for this.
That's right. I wait until the arcane select and then just pull this.
Hell yeah. There we go. Shadow. Multi-hit arcane. Out of 10.
Befitting of a ninja, yeah.
Dark
Also a plus dark thrown weapon.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Which is usable by all of any ninja, pretty much.
Yeah, like, Yuffie and Edge needed this, like, ages ago. They really love doing that stuff. Like, if you want to do off-element ninja stuff with them, and then with Shadow, like, this is the thing to get.
Yep. Sliding down to the next one here. Tsubame Geishi, which is a fire boosting katana because it's Cyan, and it's one of the 3-hit arcanes.
Hey, you know, fire boosting katana is great for just about any samurai.
Yep, they all love them. Weird that every samurai can use a katana. I want to see a samurai come out that can't use a katana. Just like fuck with people. That would whip ass, actually.
No, like, I was gonna say knocked, but like he can do that.
Hot
too,
take.
So, whatever.
Hot take. That would whip so much ass because it would harken back to the days of Snow, who can't use swords. Because I think Snow can't use swords.
Snow can't use swords.
Yeah. But you could use knight abilities on swords, and when you did Saint's Cross, you would pull out a sword.
You just liked the way it looked. Also, as an aside, Cyan has been getting steadily better tech. He is a very decent fire samurai now.
Yes, Cyan is... Since they buffed Samurai, Cyan has been real. Cyan was not real for a very long time because Samurai sucked ass. But then they made Fire Samurai real, and yeah, Cyan's pretty real. Friendly sketch for Realm. This is an instant Medica, grant last stand, temporarily grant portrait sketch mode, causing kindred sketch to trigger periodically. The effects depend on the number of FF6 heroes in your party.
Yeah, this is kind of like a weird staggered brave sort of thing, so let me check real quick and see what the effects of kindred sketch are. And
is this tournament bait due to Chaser? Kind of feels that way.
Mm-hmm. Ah, thank you, Furry Tractor.
Oh, is it offensive? Weird.
Yeah,
okay.
It's offensive because, like...
So, I'm going to read this off real fast. 0 to 1 characters is a 6-hit water non-elemental party-wide cure. 2 is the element changes to water, dark, and non-elemental. 3 is water, dark, fire, non-elemental, and party cure and high regen. Okay,
so they're trying to, like, give her a little bit of a chaser, of an offensive chaser, along with the Medicas, so that she can help Strago out, basically, since all of these are water.
And also another thing to know about that is, hey, it's all the elements that is FF6 with the exception of Down.
Oh right, yeah, that's where the dark comes from. Jeez, where's my head today?
Yep, with the exception of Gal, it is all the elements from FF6. Oh wait, Gal and Umaru, the weird ones. But everybody else in 6 is either fire, dark, or water.
It's like primarily water and dark. Also, Umaru's ice. Yeah.
Also, like the realm is primarily fire, and water and dark are there because of Shadow and Strago for Dad and Grandpa.
This USB is a very weird combination of effects, but like I appreciate where they're going with it. Like they're, yeah.
Setsur's not an element. Don't lie to me.
I know.
Actually, I think Setsur's like one of the few support that they haven't randomly turned into an element yet.
Yeah, it's so weird. Well, they tried in this USB, but yeah, like support 6 is super fucking fake.
Anyway, sliding on. Oh, hey.
Holy shit, I thought you were trying to drag me into a segue, and then it just... Oh, there he is.
I am so good at segues, I can do them without even prepping it. Oh, right, yes, Leo is Holy Earth, and...
Holy Earth, yeah.
What's-her-face, Celis is Ice. So, I guess there is a bit, but there are so many fire people. And,
yeah, it is really, really fire-heavy.
Yeah, with, like, you can count the fact that, hold up, I'm gonna sneeze. Uh-oh, not good.
Let's be real, though, the water support is just basically Strago. He's just so well known because he has the chain.
Oh, sorry about that.
Let's see what this hot garbage is.
Also, Go-Go's water, isn't he?
Go-Go is up. Go-Go 6, they're just whatever. They're non-elemental.
Interesting. Anyway. High stakes. Deal 10 ranged physical dark, non-elemental attacks, briefly lower magic defense. It's a crush type on that. Remove delay from the user's action remove delay from the actions of all allies for 1 turn, and temporarily cause users' support abilities that deal damage to trigger they follow. I love that exception. The deal a follow-up ability, Darkness card, dealing 3 ranged physical dark non-elemental, lowering its attack, magic, defense, resistance, a breakdown level. Stat lowered cycles through this, or okay, so it's a single hit that does a breakdown from attack, magic, defense, resistance.
Yeah, like it has a 3-hit chaser on any support abilities that deal. God damn it! Like, if this worked with Wrath and then Trust, I would say that this is a fantastic USP.
No, fuck you. I love that this only works on breakdowns. It whips so much ass.
Do you love dying and being dead? Well, this is the USP for you.
I love. So here's a little hot take. Newbie hates Wrath and Trust. He thinks it's the most fucking boring thing ever. I will use it because I also like clearing fights, but I fucking hate it.
I surrendered to it.
So I love whenever Dina just walks out fucking plain as day and spits in the face of Wrath and Trust. It whips so much ass.
Hey, like, my ace in the hole, my, like, thing that will never die for me is Archerfont USP spitting in the eye of the, Nat meta. That's my thing.
Anyway.
Yeah, none of the breakdowns really work with this. It's just Affliction Break.
Full break, baby!
Full break, baby. Yeah, that's true.
Full break, and give us a 6-star. That's hyper break.
Why do that when you could just have a quadruple foul?
Hell yeah. Talk about the real abilities. Quadruple foul. The support ability. Hey, remember when supports were status effects? Weird. And then Machinist was status effects? Weird. Remember status effects? I'm not mad about the state of Record Keeper. Anyway, yeah, this Soul Break is middling to not fantastic, all things considered. Would work solid in the Torment because the Torment is mostly magic damage. So a crush magic defense effect is actually kind of fantastic. And then running a full break can actually sort of chase her on this pretty well. I can't remember if that... No, actually it doesn't matter. Oh, excuse me. Because all Torments are auto hit status effects anyway. I was going to say you can use Affliction Break, but whatever.
Yeah. It's also kind of... Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, Affliction Break and Full Break are pretty much the best options he's got, and one of those is Null and Void in Torment.
If only there was some sort of middle tier difficulty where Soul Breaks or support breaks were still effective, but weird how that just doesn't exist. I'm not mad. Moving on. Spider's Kiss. Oh, whack. That katana looks so dumb.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like yeah, Spider Kiss is a katana in 10 for Orin, and not a katana for Cyan in 6.
Don't think about it. Anyway. Let's just take a little drink right there. Deal 10 physical fire non-elemental and temporarily infuse the user with the power of fire. Raise the user's attack and defense 30% and temporarily cause the user's samurai abilities to double cast.
That's Hungry Cast. That is very straightforwardly good.
Yep.
Especially since Cyan can already double cast on Dive.
Absolutely. Oh, hold up. I'm just gonna fucking sidle back over here real quick. Alright, so you want the Galaxy Brain move of how you make support good again if we are staying in this elemental meta and we are never leaving it because Dina is incredibly uncreative? What does Machinist do nowadays? Just lay it out for me, completely basic.
It lowers enemy resistance to attacks and does lots of hits.
Okay, more specific.
It lowers the resistance of fire, ice, and lightning attacks.
Make support lowering the resistance of wind, water, and earth. There you go.
See my hot take? Mini Astras.
No, Dark?
Try to diversify.
Dark and Light already have moves.
Yeah.
They're in their schools.
I would say like a party-wide, like mini Astras, like party-wide bar silence or bar confuse or whatever. Just like that would work well with the torment meta that we got going on too. So yeah, that's my personal thing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel as though an Astro would be like another 6-star white magic ability. But anyway, yeah, like, hey, it's weird how there's 3 elements that just don't have imperil abilities at all, and then there is a school that is kind of dead in the water in the current meta. Weird how you could just fix both those problems. Anyway.
Nah, never happening.
So yeah, it's a very simple soul break. It's damage and fire, attack defense up, and hungry cast, but hell, it'll make the donuts.
And notice how it is not fire typed, it is samurai typed, and so Cyan can function just well in either fire or ice.
Yeah, he'll deal less damage in ice, of course, but he can work. Wrapped in Darkness. Grant 2 stacks of Mirror Image, grant multiple reflections, and give moderate ninja boost.
It's Yuffie Glint.
Yes.
He kind of really likes that shit.
Yes.
If we're being real.
You wanna know the number one thing that I really hate about running a ninja?
Blink's just falling off?
Blink's falling off because I am fighting a magic boss, and I'm utilizing it. And I never have to really re-up my mirror images, so having a thing that just lets me do that, yeah.
Sounds like somebody hasn't fought Phoenix yet. The king of a magic boss with just a whole bunch of incidental physical attacks because it hates ninjas.
You're right. Kefka's Path to Madness. Hold up, I'm gonna mute myself real quick and actually just blow my nose because that sneeze is... Cover this one for me.
Alright, so this is triple the user's casting speed on darkness abilities as a status and gives the user a 30% darkness rank boost. It's really good, especially since it's a high cast status. I wasn't entirely sure why they didn't do the stacking in dark, but this is why they didn't do the stacking in dark. It's just plain good. Yeah, it is really good on Kefka, especially with his BSB2 or his USB, so you can get those chaser stacks up very quickly.
Yep. Because it is a status, it will stay around longer than any other quick cast generally will.
Yeah, also, I know that, I realize that his dive is quick cast 3 cycling, but, like, fuck it, whatever. It will still stack with this and still be good.
Yeah. Healer Clint. It's a Healer Clint.
And Sakura, it's good.
It's in Sematica. They're solid. And Legend Materia. We have Start in Dark for Kefka, because, yeah. Begin the round with a full ATB, remove delay of the user's actions at the start for 1 turn.
Okay, like, that makes sense for Setzer, because, like, he's the breakdown boy who wants to get those breakdowns out, I suppose.
When was the last time you ever started a fight by giving your breakdown person Mog?
Look, like, while we're busy trying to find ways to salvage Setzer and support at large, I'm throwing you a bone here.
It has uses. It is effective. In the current meta, not so much. But
you could have him start with the fucking chain in the tournament.
Okay, there you go. Solid. We found it. We got there.
Yeah, you notice how we are trying really hard to find ways to make this work, and it is fucking Ramza's LMR? You know the differences between Ramza and Setzer?
A lot. Really, when you think about it. When you get right down to it, there's a lot of differences. Anyway. Moving on. Ancient Blood. Realms. LMR2. Increase the user's mind. Let's start over. Increase user's mind up to a moderate amount proportional to the number of white magic abilities the user has used.
I thought stat ramps died in the Great Who Gives a Shit Wars of 2017.
Very possible, but remember that white mage stat ramp is actually real.
Yeah, that is probably the most real one. So, yeah, that's fine.
In an actual experiment with this, because I can't remember what fight I was doing, but it was a very long fight, and I had a stat ramp LMR on a character in there. Their healing potential over the course of the fight with Medica level heals went from 1800 to 2300. So a whole nother.
This does work.
A whole nother 2k healing a turn.
Mind is a hard stat to buff, so this helps.
Exactly. Shadow just gets Start in Dark, which, yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of his bread and butter. It worked with his burst very well for a while, too.
And Sign, of course, gets Start in Fire.
Yeah. He already has Dive double cast, so that's fine for him.
Yep. If out of 10, what would you rank this banner?
I don't know, like a solid 8. Like, it's fine.
That's fair.
Oh, but you know what? I would rank it a 6 because of Setzer USB, but then I'd just like do a double take. I'd backflip back into an 8 because we're doing some like Galaxy Brain irony shit over here with Setzer USB 2.
Look, I'm telling you, like 1 year down the line, they're gonna make support good again, and everybody that has this is gonna be like, "What up, motherfucker?"
Kind of waiting for the sequel to Record Keeper, where they finally have all of the stuff that they wanted to do refined to a T, and then actually start off really well with it.
That's right, elemental meta right from the start of the game. We don't do it by accident.
I mean, it worked for that other game you really like.
Grand Blue?
Didn't Grand Blue start with elemental meta?
I mean, that's kind of the point. Every character has an element. You can't say like, they started with elemental meta. It's not really a meta when that's just how the game is designed. Hold on, I'm taking a quick break because I remembered I need to break down some rainbow crystals real fast. I like that because this event is both a new and old event, we got a bonus 160 crystal. Or 1,600.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, actually, never mind. I know what Awakened support looks like, because Tyro has that.
You're right, it's always just Entrust meta. Because Dina is boring as shit.
This is your daily reminder that capitalism is anathema to actual innovation.
Anyway, Banner 2 is instantly just way better.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So, Strago Chain. Strago Chain.
Yeah, Strago Chain, like, he is a really good magic water guy.
Yeah, Strago Chain. One of the best ways to deal with the water weak Magicite, because magic water sure is the hell of fake.
Also, his dive is really interesting and cool.
I forget what it is.
Fucking 35% chance to just medica everybody for like 25% of 30% of their max health every time he takes damage. So
Yeah.
just like 35% chance to shrug off a hit.
Yep. Atomic Dive is a 1.0 error chain, but it is a it's a pretty cool one. Locke is not a bad damage dealer himself. He is Thief, and Thief is good with fire now.
Also, the defense resistance thing, it's actually good now.
Yeah.
It's actually relevant in 5-star Magicites.
Yeah, that's the other big thing. Will boost your damage in the long run. Arcane, Celis, 3 elements, solid.
Solid. It's a bit hard to get ramped up because it has no element, but at the same time you could ramp it up in a bunch of different places.
Oh shit, somebody brought up a really good point. You can bring Locke to Mateus and steal defense, as he has a 100% defense boost.
That's true.
Here's Edgar with his cool shirt that boosts fire. Hey, be present.
It's the Poison Arcane. Deal 20 poison hits, and now if only we had a chain. Oh, wait.
Yeah, 20 massive fire, lightning, and also, I guess, poison to one enemy, followed by an additional very big damage cap break.
Poison gets fucked again out of 10.
Yeah. Edgar, who they... It's because of Bioblaster. It's the only reason he keeps getting poison-based stuff.
Hey, at least we get, like... Bio Grenade needs work.
Bio Grenade is great. They throw 3 grenades and hits twice.
God.
You ever think about the fact that Strago is water purely based on the fact that he has Aqua Breath in the game?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, there's nothing water about Strago as a character. He just has Aqua Breath. And every character that has Aqua Breath in Record Keeper ends up being water.
I think it's just mostly... I don't know, like, how often do people actually use Strago? Did they bother trying to Blue Mage him up, or is it
I
just
tried!
You did? How many people are just like, oh, he has water. Next.
I also really tried to make Sign good. Anyway.
In other news, Water Thorns is really good.
Yep.
Party Instant Cast is really good.
Deal 10 magic water attacks to one enemy, temporarily grant all allies a barrier that reflects a portion of damage they take as water, and remove the delay of all actions for 1 turn.
And also bringing back his dive one more time synergizes really well with it, Thorns, as it turns out.
Yep. Hi, Go-Go. Your daily reminder that Go-Go exists.
This one's actually pretty interesting, I found.
Right. It's an earth-boosting sword, which you always want. Those are very rare. Temporarily increase attack and magic of all allies. Okay, let me start over. Temporarily increase attack magic and resistance 30%. Grant them haste, and temporarily grant brave mode starting at 2. Triggers off of black magic or combat abilities, so triggers off of black magic abilities. Rank 0 is physical or magic, non-elemental. Level 1 is mimic the previous action with reduced delay. Mimic the previous action 2 times with reduced delay. Mimic the previous action 3 times with reduced delay. So,
Yeah. This one runs off of either physical or magical attacks. You like very extremely want to run them as magic. But yeah, this is a very interesting way to make Mimic relevant, because it's just sort of like you're sitting on the Brave command until you are ready to pop off with something and then have Go-Go follow up.
Also, as an aside, because Medica just brought it up, we literally brought that up, and to counter your point, which Medica says, if Machinus imperils fire, ice, and lightning, why not have support imperil earth, dark, and poison? So, we literally earlier said that the way you could fix support is by making it imperil earth, water, and wind, because there are no abilities that do those, and the reason that you wouldn't do dark or holy through it is because there are abilities in the darkness and white magic skill sets that imperil those. There is literally no way ability-wise to imperil water, wind, and earth. Would this fix Setzer? Not really. But, hey.
Setzer needs a lot more work before we can get it.
We're trying. Hey, you know what? Just switch from the wind. Whatever. He's on an airship.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. 6 doesn't really have a whole bunch of wind outside of Gao.
But yeah, so talking about this real fast. It's a 30-30, or it's a 30-30-30 buff, honestly. With haste, so that's great. And the trigger 3 times is really cool when you do it properly.
Yeah, they really put it all into, like, so they just buff everybody, so that's already good support, and then...
Yeah, Furry Tractor mentioned this, and I completely missed it. This casts instantly.
Yes, it does.
But
it's
yeah.
hard to, God, they always put it at the beginning, though, so it's hard to...
Well, generally, if it deals damage, they put it at the beginning. Or if it heals. If it's just a buff, they don't mention it at the beginning.
Yeah, this is way better now that it has, like, an instant buff entry.
Yeah. And the 3 mimics can be very good. You can slap him on a water team and just give him Life Siphon.
Yeah, they will extremely run away with chains if you let them.
And, yeah, because... So...
Oh, right, yeah, the bravery level requirements. Black magic or a skill set that doesn't really exist.
Right, it has 1 move. Because the triggering action is just whatever. It's not like it has to be a black magic or combat ability that you're triggering off of for the mimic. It means that you can run him on almost any magic site team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, literally, Go-Go can go on any Magicite team and be good, which is
They're extremely diverse.
Wild to think about. Because, oh, he doesn't hit too hard. Yes, but when you hit that Brave and you up the chain by 15, and also you hit 15 times...
Chain.
Anyway, moving on. Glints. Rune Knight Ambition is instantly set the user's crit hit chance to 100% for 2 turns, and reduced to delay the user's actions for 2 turns. So, Zell's hits incredibly hard for exactly 2 turns.
There are other things besides the arcane that this can synergize with, like literally any attack that she does.
Yep, but it can synergize with the arcane. So think about that. Moving on, Critical Call. Instantly set the user's crit hit chance for 100% for 2 turns and reduce delay the user's action. What the fuck?
We don't know what to do with generalists, just whatever.
Weird that both of these characters have this fucking glint on here, and then, weird this over here as well. Wild.
Yeah.
Thief Hat. It is a quick cast, empowered infusion for fire, for Locke, which, yeah. Locke is very weird because he kind of started out as like this weird hard support, but they've kind of leaned into the damage side of him way more. You remember Locke's SSB?
The one that was like, do more damage based on how low your health is?
Yeah. Remember his unique where he medica'd the party?
Alright. That was a little too early for me, but yeah.
Yeah. Locke was weird early game. Remember how they really tried to push, hey, be on low health, and you're like, that doesn't work.
They pushed it to the point where they made a 5-star ability for it, and then they were just like, well, this sucks, we're done.
The soul still burns.
It's a good gillet for Locke because he doesn't have a lot of fires.
Yes. Shrego is start the battle in water in your Elmars over here, which is, yeah, solid.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, getting a little bit far away from my clicker.
Oh, good. His really good LMR is here.
Double cast water. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. No, good. So a fire boosting sword, a small chance to temporarily lower a target's fire resistance when using Machinist abilities. A little specific for the generalist over here, but still very good. This combo with his dive, let's say, excuse me, can be outrageously solid.
Like on Laguna, the ice resistance, the ice imperil LMR is just like free, whatever. Edgar is just like, okay, that makes him work really well in one of his 3 elements, but sure.
Meanwhile, the other bangers over here, chance to triple cast.
Yeah, triple cast on a double cast dive, that's...
So what's the percent chance on this Imperil here?
Let me check, I think it's 25%.
Okay.
20%, never mind.
20%. It'd be an interesting number crunch to see what was more worth it. That chance to 20% on the one hit, or the 10% chance to triple cast.
I feel like
cast 2 more times. Well, the damage that you're getting on this, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I feel like the return on investment is a lot stronger. Like, I imperil you by 10% versus I pop the fuck off.
And then,
yeah, this is still here.
This exists. This is...
This is a problematic one from way back, so, yeah.
This is very old, and doesn't really work, even if you have his mime stuff, because you don't constantly mime with Go-Go. It is something that you build up to and then do.
Like, I don't really like quick cast 1 cycle LMRs to begin with, and this one just sort of takes the cake on, wow, this sucks ass.
Yes, 100%. I don't like this at all. So, that aside, this banner is very good. Would I draw on this? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't say I would, me personally.
I like the USBs on here, and I like the chains on here.
Yeah. And also, the glints are all pretty solid. Oh. I'm getting a report from the field here in chat that the Perfectly Normal Arcade Pit has just wrapped up.
How about that?
That is a VOD I will have to catch later. But anyway, speaking of Realm Banner renewals, I have 2 that.
Oh yeah, gotta do 2 and 6 before they go.
Yep. This was supposed to be 6 this week and then 2 next week, because that would have worked out perfectly. Unfortunately, as mentioned earlier in the stream, Dina kind of...
They different games us.
Yeah, they different gamed us real hard. I will have to check my phone afterwards because it is way faster to check this on my phone than in-game. Just to make sure that I did actually pull them all. But last time I checked, I'm pretty sure I had 2, 6, and 7. We did 7 last week, and we're doing 6 and 2 this week. So, away.
I already did most of mine, and a lot of the banners that I still have, like, I don't really care enough about.
Right, you're a coward.
Right, I'm a realist.
Coward, right. You heard me.
A realist is basically a coward that pats himself on the back.
I do kind of want Edgar USB. The USB 1.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It is the only modern-ish source of poison and peril, yes.
Oh, shit. Well, those, I think we both know.
Ooh.
You can't fool me. That's not from this realm.
Yeah, so you know how I was, oh, okay, there we go.
I have no
Is
idea.
that Celeste's Arcane or USB?
That's the USB. Which I already have.
That's a dude. Damn. I guess they decided that's like a goof that they like to do. That's just sort of like an in-joke where Cyan gets all of the FF10 katanas.
Alright, so this is supposed to be comboed with the fire critter move.
Yeah.
Alright, what else we got over here?
You have Leo's USB.
Small
already,
chance
right?
to lower attack, magic, and mind of all enemies
Oh,
in
yeah.
light amount when using dancer abilities.
Yo, that's good. That's a really good LMR for
Does
Mog.
this work on the Magicite?
Yeah?
No,
Wait, it
like,
works for
like specifically, like, is there a Magicite that does attack, magic, mind?
I think that's... Fuck, I think that's, Lakshmi?
Rad.
Yeah. It's, like, I was just gonna say it's, like, really good general purpose stuff.
Oh, hey. I think I have complete Leo now.
Yeah, I think you just have complete Leo now. Ah, damn it, she does do Mag Mind. Well, shit.
Yeah, it seemed weird for a Magicite to buff both attack and mag.
It seemed weird for a Magicite to be reasonable, but here we are.
Hold up, I need to peep this real fast.
Unless you really want to bring Minwu BSB 1, you're not debuffing that.
Yeah, fuck. Man, why is Tyro my main dancer? Because now, it's kind of my main dancer.
Mog's your main dancer on the buffing side.
Buff?
Oh, yeah, right. Hmm.
Oh my god, my brain. Leo, thank you.
Theoretically on the buffing side. Got it.
I got like nothing buff-wise.
Not even burst?
No.
Damn.
You wanna know what I have on Mog? I have his unique.
You have Sunbath. Great.
I have Sunbath.
Kick ass.
Alright, optimize. I just want to see this real fast. Look at this fully operational Leo.
Behold this boy.
Shock and Shock Imperial.
Yeah, I've had a Shock Imperial at bar before.
Can't believe I have complete Leo because they've just given nothing to Leo in forever. That was Keeper. The events this week sucked. They were bad.
It was just bleh.
Yeah.
Very milquetoast.
Anyway, time to pull on my favorite realm because I love Furion.
Water without any ice.
I am a sucker for Furion, and that's about it.
Hey everybody, it's me, Atma Weapon, from Finals.
Did you know I like to? Cast Flare Star, Meteor, and Gravija.
And Dirt.
Hey everyone, it's me, that dumbass boss when you're trying to escape the floating continent. I like Death Sentence, Reflect, killing a character, and Fire. Seriously, I'm not joking. All that boss fucking does is cast Death Sentence, cast Reflect on itself, turn 1, turn 2, and then it is sometimes do Roulette or cast a fire attack. That's it.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Roulette is there, I guess.
That's a dude. So we're...
Damn.
Okay, I got 3 out of 4 new things.
I want to say Emperor's Burst 2, which is actually a plus Earth Rod.
Wait, is that Maria BSB? I don't think that was BSB.
That was Maria's BSB.
Oh, well, okay, that's a dupe too. Hell yeah, 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 hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, how you want to make your king...
Fuck yeah.
So how well done would you like your King Behemoth?
Whack.
Double cast combat. We didn't know what to do with Furion.
How old is this?
It's a little newer than USB 1.
Holy shit.
You remember that whole stunt that Furion pulled where he was just
I'm gonna
like...
tweet this out and just say, I forgot this existed.
You remember when Furion had that whole phase where he was like holy damage on all his stuff, but he couldn't do any holy stuff?
I'm gonna name this image Dina 2 years ago. That seems about right. I'm legitimately 100% on stream tweeting this out right now. You're not my dad.
I mean, hey, you at least got to walk away with a plus Earth Rod.
I think I spelled Furion right. Hold up. Yeah, alright. Goddamn nonsense fantasy names. Oh, this is a powerful tweet. Just in my own opinion.
Furion, the Lord of Arms that he can't actually use.
Alright, well, I just went into a fugue state for a second.
Yo, is Gordon BSB a dupe?
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
Gordon BSB was one of the few things that got me through the old torment.
Well, poo and shit and stuff.
Yep. Hey, Pit's done. You want to try and figure out a Magicite?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, I might have to, cause I still have not updated my spreadsheet because I'm a lazy boy. My Quetzalcoatl is 99, which means I was thinking of dipping into lightning. But here's the big thing about my lightning. My lightning is mostly magic.
Well, good news. Quetzalcoatl wants to be in Magic Fight.
Cool. Right, hello. So, I have Shantoto's Arcane.
That you do.
Because right now, my magic team would be Garnet, who I think I have her chain. Let's peep that real fast. Game. I know it's hard for you to think sometimes, but please, keep with me.
I'm going to say this right now. You're going to want to either bring an Astra or be able to blow past very weak phase, which I think you can do.
Oh, doing that. What does the very weak phase do?
Very weak phase starts with like a party-wide auto-hit sap, and then combos right into Petrify on slots 2 or 4, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
2, 3, and 4 get petrified, thank you.
Alright. I do not have... Well, actually, I do have an Astra that could pull that off that I got very recently. But then that would require me not to bring Alara.
Oh yeah, slots 1 and 5 do get hit with a... Like, his drain move is Dark Elemental and Water. So, like, you want to bring the... that one weird Fest accessory that resists Water and Dark.
What do you do with Rainbow Blades? You go into... I unfortunately just did that earlier today. But, so you go into here, the Rainbow Crystals. They're literally just for feeding into the Rainbow Crystal farm. That's literally it.
Oh, you do have Garnet's chain, and I think you have her Ultra as well, don't you?
I do.
And her second burst, or that's not it?
No, I don't have her second burst.
Okay.
This is decidedly like the only thing of Garnet that I really don't have.
No, I think the chain will do just fine then. Yeah, like put Garnet in slot 1, she'll instantly get trans because she'll very likely get like very low health at that point. Let's see. GS Giano also has 1 bar lightning, but Quetzalcoatl will take care of that because it has Imperil. It's kind of a weird situation where, like, Famfrit doesn't have any bar lightning despite being the fight you bring a lightning Machinist to, but GS Giano has the bar lightning.
I do have Terra Awakening, and I could bring her for lightning damage, except that patch hasn't hit yet.
Yeah, element buff hasn't hit yet, so that's not real right now.
Yeah, sadly that does not actually work just yet.
Also, in fairness, like, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, let me load up my my Quetzalcoatl team. That way, I have my healer and support just ready to go.
So, like, on the magic side, you have Garnet, Shantoto, and who else?
Ash.
Ash.
have,
yeah, because you have a Ultra. Yeah,
yeah,
nice.
I have Ash Ultra.
And thankfully, in Shantoto's case, she can just witch all day long. And she'll absolutely want to, because she's in the party with Garnet, who loves to bard.
Yeah. There's that witch ability for boosting my brain.
Sudden Thundara?
Yeah. Was that an ability we got, or is that a 6-star?
That was a 5-star that we got. The 6-star is Lunatic Thunder. It's just like a stronger version of the
Okay.
5.
Then I think I have that 5-star honed up. I think I honed both of those up immediately. Because, yep, there's Sun Thundara. And
you have USB and Arcane, or just Arcane?
I have just the Arcane.
That's fine.
We'll see how far we get with just this.
Garnet should be able to pump it up a good amount.
We can also swap back and forth between the two because I have her chain. So Garnet can do that, and then Garnet can USB, and then Shantoto can chain, and then Garnet can chain again. We can swap back and forth
double
between
duty
this.
here.
Yeah. Nobody expects the double chain. Alright, and obviously accessories are just water resistance, right?
Yeah, with the exception of you want to put the Water Dark accessory on slots 1 or 5. And also make sure that whoever is not having the Water Dark accessory is able to take a punch.
Alright, so Tyro has 10k health.
Tyro can extremely take a punch, so have him like health sponge it and the other slot have the Water Dark accessory.
Oop, that's lightning boost. That's not right. Water, right.
People are saying Garnet for slot 1 or 5 because they want her to trigger trance.
I don't think she's dived.
Or Shantoto.
Don't think she's dived. This is mainly a test run for now.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Mainly because, hey, menus are very hard in Nox Record Keeper, so I will probably dive them, but
not on camera.
Not on camera where it takes 5 hours.
We all need to go to sleep at some point.
What fucking thing do you have? The Aurora Ring? That's water resistance?
Yeah, water and lightning.
Yeah, alright. Because, yeah, otherwise, once they're dived, I can put Shantoto and Garnet in slots 1 and 2, 1 and 5, and just... Wow, they're both super mode immediately.
So, incidentally, the incentive for beating Odin with multiple teams, regardless of whether or not they're physical or magical, obviously, is that every time you beat Odin with a team, you get a 6-star accessory that has moderate resistance to all elements.
Yes. You
And so you just like beat with multiple teams, and you get up to 5 copies.
Yeah. It's amazing, because it's just like, hey, do you want to free up your inventory slots? Just beat Odin a few times.
Yeah, it also really, really helps because some of the 5-star Magicites have weird off-element combos that suck ass a whole lot.
If only I had magic boosting weapons. If only the next set of magic boosting bulls shits was out.
Yeah, there are no wind earth resist accessories for Typhon. You're just going to have to like throw a whole bunch of earth resist on Sylph. Oh right, Lakshmi also has a holy lightning thing, but there is an accessory for that at least.
There's one.
One.
Look, dog, I am just so glad to finally get those accessories eventually and just not give a shit about my inventory anymore. And just every time I see an accessory and it's like, this does 2 elements, I go, ah, you're going in the vault immediately.
Same. I feel like at this point I can get at least 3 of those accessories. We'll see.
I can probably do ice, fire, ice and fire, I think off the top of my head.
Like, when the element buff hits, you are probably going to be able to just hit 5 free. Because you have Terra, who hits 5 free.
I don't need Ultra Cure, right?
No. I don't think so. Tech, can you back me up on this one? He doesn't have weird shit like that. Cosmic Afro asks, what is the element buff? Well, the element buff is an overhaul to how elements interact with legend materia and passives and things like that that will be coming in a few months. Basically what it means is that they will no longer check for whether or not the element in question is the one doing the damage. They will check to see if that element is present in the ability, period, and that's it. So, for example, if you had someone like, say, Lulu, who double casts ice, and you want her to double cast water, because for whatever reason she's doing water damage, all you have to do is just run Voltec on her, and the double cast ice materia will proc on Voltec, so even if she's doing water or lightning damage, she will double cast on those. This also extends to elemental boosts, all forms of elemental boosts, including an element.
Yeah, so anybody who has an awakening that hits multi-element can actually just go deep into whatever the hell they want.
It also has, like, the side effect of making Spellblade and Black Magic far and away the most powerful schools ever.
Yeah. Like, just to emphasize like how wild it is, Sora and Bartz can now hit every element that isn't dark or holy once the buff comes out.
Yeah, pretty much. The idea being that even though they get boosts to fire, lightning, ice, and fire, water, wind, earth, respectively, those boosts will count towards any element that they hit with the Spellblades, provided that they're there. So, like, incidentally, Sora and Bartz, with all of their element boosts, they are safe on every interaction with all of the double hit Spellblades. So, like, Blast Spell and Snow Spell and Storm Spell, all of their boosts are in those respective elements in the Spellblades, and so they all count. So the boost will be counted toward every single Spellblade. And it's also a thing where it's just like, I guess I'm not bringing Inferno or whatever. Like, I think there are only 2 6-star Spellblade abilities that are mono-elemental at this point, and I don't think they've made any more. And yeah, as stated, like, Terra being fire, that is to say Black Magic and Summon at the same time, means that she can hit 3 elements with a Meltdown and then an additional 2 elements with Tritalk.
Oh god, right, Magicites. Sorry,
I was wondering where your head was at. Yeah, like, thank you for letting me just, like, go on and explain that shit, but yeah, I was running on fumes by the end.
Oh no, I was just like, yeah, alright, I'm good to go, and then I looked down at my deck and was like, oh, right, fuck. Piss, ass. I gotta run, Ixion a few times so I can get some good boosts on...
Yeah, I was about to say, like, oh, well, you should probably get Spell Wars. Oh, wait, you're not that deep yet.
Oh, I am extremely not that deep.
Yeah. You are about to be that deep, because Giustiano is the Magicite to see about Blade Wards.
Right. Yes. Exactly. That thing that I pay attention to. He's all physical, right?
Yeah, he's all physical.
Cool. Just gonna slap this defense boosting Magicite on my team.
Okay, Furry Tractor. Technically mixed or actually mixed? Because there's a difference.
There we go. Garuda. Right.
There are many bosses where one side is just completely fake. Okay, actually mixed.
Yeah, this deck looks okay. 2 lightning boosts. Oh, right, no, that's who I was going to swap out on this last one down here. I was going to swap you out for Seraphim. Seraph, which has the dark blocker. Which I...
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, I have a dampened dark. Very weak, but I have a dampened dark on Every. That's fine. I'll live.
Yeah, that'll work. I was just gonna say, like, if you could find a dampened water. Oh, you have that on Ixion, never mind.
Yeah, I have two on my team, actually. I have a 12% dampen.
Whoops, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, it's fine. We're going by the seat of our pants here.
Yeah.
Hello, Fabula Raider. My friend.
Incidentally, I'm really glad that I don't have to farm at... I say farm. I'm glad I don't have to touch Adamantoise ever again. That fight is very obnoxious. It's turtles all the way down.
I had a thought going into this when I was like, I don't need to dive them. I didn't dive Ingus for my Quetzalcoatl team. And then I remember that Ignis's dive doesn't really add anything to him.
Ignis's dive is really bad. It's not just a bad stat ramp, it's a bad night stat ramp.
Whew. You know, you love it, that's right. Night.
I'm thinking about, like, Kamari's dive and how it's never going to show up until his awakening hits. Because they kind of skipped it. But it was so bad that no one gave a shit.
I don't even know what his dive is.
It is a chance to counter physical attacks, so, you know, not valid, with Imperil Water.
Hell yeah.
A chance to not do anything because everything in this game is nat now.
Alright, well, I'm good to go.
And that's why I think so highly of Strago's dive, because it does not actually respect types. It only procs on taking damage regardless of the source. And it's actually a good fucking counter.
You remember when I cleared Quetzalcoatl on my first try? No, it was second try, that's right.
Hey, I'm not expecting miracles every time.
No, neither am I.
He does not. He has Shantoto's Arcane.
Yeah. So no way to element her, so just really jumping into this with the best laid plans.
The idea being that he can actually pass off chains between Shantato and Garnet so that Garnet can use her USB.
Hold up, the game needs to think and load all those soul breaks into the system.
Yeah, like, I personally didn't use Garnet's USB because, like, by the time the chain was getting started, Tritok was doing good damage anyway because, like, summons are beefy as fuck.
Summons have high multipliers for being lesser hits.
Like, I'll be real, Garnet is a very interesting carrier of a chain.
Oh,
Like, she's not going fully into offense, like, she's got summon, and that's really good, but at the same time, she also loves to guard. So it's a very interesting combo.
let's talk about the fact that I brought Warrior him.
Oops.
Whatever.
Let's talk about how Garnet basically steals Valcommando from Alara in this fight. Valigamanda and
How
Komodo?
how did I get Tyro over 10k HP? Fully dove, 30 HP magic water, and then 100 points in the HP Magia.
Magia or Magia?
Tomato.
Also, that's a gravity attack. Good.
And dead. Okay.
So with that, you have a good idea of when to like pop off your heels.
Mm-hmm. I need to be faster with buttons. I would have gotten there.
I like Garnet being a supporting offense character. I like her not having to go all into offense because summons are beefy, and she has something very important that she is doing. RE Bard.
Wrong button. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, chance to Medica when using Bard abilities. That works on her. I would hope that it procs a lot more often on her than it does on Alara. I've had real bad returns on Alara's.
Question from the chat. Wait, did you grind Magia, newbie? No, I just had them in the party all the time. Don't grind,
this is daily shit.
Don't grind Magia. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
This is how you grind Magia. Just use those characters more.
This is how you grind Magia. Just have your daily team.
This is how you grind Magia. Don't.
Yeah. It'll just come to you incidentally. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so I'm ready to die and be dead. I'm ready for this next move to destroy me.
I'm honestly kind of... yeah...
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Warriors Hymn is on there as an accident. Please do not at me.
Warriors Hymn is on her because we trained her wrong as a joke. I'm kind of a little annoyed that we've gotten to the point where AoEs in these boss fights are so out of control that people are just like, yeah, Alara doesn't actually need to heal, just have her spam Valigarmonda so that she can get weakness for meter, so that she can spam her USB 1. Ugh.
Galaxy Brain, I defended.
Good call.
She's not going to get that first ability off anyway. So I'm better off defending.
Yeah, that's a very good idea, actually. Times I remember, the defend button exists. 1.
Alright, so then punch is going to happen. And not enough meter.
Yeah.
Yep, alright. Okay, I got it.
Especially in puzzle fights like these. What I say puzzle. Oh man.
It's puzzle fight.
Yeah. In scripted fights like these, where you can anticipate what attacks happen and when, you can get a feel for how much meter that you're going to have by the time you pass it to someone.
Oh, that's wrong.
Yes, it is supposed to be this hard. Welcome to 5-star Magicite. It's hell.
They're bad. And there's people here that haven't seen 5-star Magicite before. I can actually show off my Quetzalcoatl team now that I can actually kind of reliably clear Quetzalcoatl.
Now that you feel really proud for doing that, yeah. It is nice to, well, Kasumi Blue, here's my thing. It feels so good to demolish a 5-star Magicite the first time. And then you have to farm them.
Yep. As with the Magicite, they are fun the first few times, and then you have to do them more than the first few times, and then you want to die.
Because you solved them already. Yeah, it depends on the fight. Also, like, I pulled on Dissidia specifically to make farming Medine less and it worked. Once Macro Countdown comes out, I can do that.
Look at these Galaxy Brain strats. I didn't cast the Roaming Warrior so that I would build up enough meter.
Like, if we're being real, I don't think you really need Fabularator at all.
I don't. I should probably take the heal.
Yeah, Fabula Priest is really good. I honestly think you're gonna do just fine on this one. Just like Shantoto and Garnet could obviously use a dive.
I mean, it is here.
I'm going to eventually try Phoenix again, because I got Kumari's USB 1, the Phoenix Killer.
Is it just Water Rage again?
That's Magicite for you.
Well, what's it called? My good friend Quetzalcoatl should be in here any second now.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing about Magicites like Quetzalcoatl with the Imperils. It helps a lot toward, you know, making sure that it breaks cap. Water Tech is better. It used to be really bad. Just got there.
That's frightening, by the way.
You're doing pretty good so far, gotta say.
Yeah, it's alright. You know, and then Ash just kind of pops off.
I do appreciate that their take on Swallow and Regurgitate in this context was just, we stun you and then do some gravity damage.
Yep. Also, it's time for the tag off. Number 1. Garnet the Shantoto. Trey Chain.
Now here's the Galaxy Brain shit right here.
And he enrages again.
Well.
And Thunder Call. Not gonna hit that damage cap this time. So what's this Poison Rage do?
One sec.
Oh, and there's the Bar Thunder. 37% damage reduction, nothing else.
Yeah. Surprisingly short list for a Magicite. They usually have like a lot of stuff on top of it. Giustiano will enter Water Enrage mode on its 5th turn and will re-enter it every 2nd turn out of Water Enrage.
Whack!
So I guess that's the trade-off. It only has the damage reduction, but it enrages more often.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, and I do not have a water-based what was I gonna say? Overstrike at all.
Yeah. You mean lightning, right?
That's what I meant.
Yeah. If we're being honest, I think you can still power through this. It's just like you're gonna have to learn to live with the damage reduction. I do that with Manticore.
Yeah, I have Shantoto's Arcane, but I was saving that for the final phase.
As well he should, because the final phase really sucks. He has no way to defend against the 1-2 hit combo of the Sap and the Petrify. There are people who just straight up fight through the Petrify. It's whack. So we're just hoping that we do a whole lot of hits, and then by that point the Arcane will be enough to, like, get you as close.
Oh yeah,
to
fuck, we're kind of getting there, aren't
we? Yeah, we kind of are, actually. Good job. Like, the biggest thing to note about 5-star Magicites is when summons are not doing anywhere near 9,000 damage, it's worrisome. Another thing that I've noticed is that, like, Elara is just constantly using her USB 1 regardless of whether or not everybody's at low health, just because
That's a move.
the quick cast cycling. Oh, right. Yeah, that happens. Say goodbye to your last Voltec. That especially sucks ass for Garnet.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I need to check and see. Can anyone in the chat?
Oh, by the way, we are in the final phase.
Yeah.
Well,
Oops.
well,
Well.
I was seriously just waiting for Quetzalcoatl to recharge.
Right, so can anyone in chat look up the Anima Lens list and verify whether or not Garnet BSB2 is on there?
Fuck him up, Ash! And Water Rage.
Hey, you got really far.
Yeah. Hold up. I'm gonna be right back. I need to go to the bathroom, but I actually do want to give this another attempt.
Right. Fuck yeah. If they had just Garnet 1 and nothing else, I would have laughed. Oh, Kasumi, I can do that. Garnet BSB2 is on the anime list.
Hi, hello. For some reason, I thought this went back all the way to the last menu and not just stopping right there.
Yeah, they checked. Garnet BSB2 is on the anime list.
All right, why is that an option?
In peril.
Oh,
That is one of the ways you fight through the defense reduction. And I feel like it is a more productive use of your time with Garnet if you're going to be like passing off chain duty between her and Shantoto.
it is an option.
Like, I would argue, the person in the chat, I would argue that BSB2 is, like, doing a whole lot more than USB would, because it is actively lowering the damage reduction that GS Giano has, and since we don't have a whole lot of overflow to work with, that's key. It's also giving off the attack magic boost, and it also lets Garnet do other things, like she can off-heal and stuff like that when she is finally out of hones. Like, there's a lot that it can do to help with the fight when Newbie is finally out of steam. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, strong single target summon command. The multiplier is actually 13.
Oh, hello.
Hey. So, like, imperils are kind of at a premium in Magic.
Yes.
For Lightning, because, like, yeah, again, it's that really fucked up thing where Famfrit doesn't have the bar Lightning, but Giustiano does. So just sort of combing through what our options are in the absence of a lot of overflow damage. And so, like, it's basically Garnet BSB2 and, I don't know what you have for Desh.
Nothing. I have that Imperil, but other than that, nothing.
You're talking about the Super Imperil or the USB?
The Super Imperil.
Okay. Whack. Well.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to give this another attempt. Fabula Raider, because I'm going to try something here.
Okay.
While I was going to the bathroom, I thought of a stratagem, if you will. Oh, fuck.
I mean, thankfully, by the time Fest rolls out, you will have your instant win button for Giustiano.
Which is?
Terror's Awakening.
I like how you keep referring to it as an instant win. It's very good, yes.
I say instant win because you definitely have the tech to back it up.
Whoa.
Whoa, Dave.
That was me. That was a me error noise that just happened there. That just kind of lied out real bad. But it was just this space that seemed to have been lagging, so... Shouldn't have affected the video at all.
It's fine. No, I was just saying, like, that plus the fact that Terra's lightning damage would be coming from Tritok, the summon, really beefy multipliers.
Mm-hmm.
So the overflow damage off of Terra's Awakening could easily keep up with Giustiano's bullshit.
Okay, I'll try this one. Try this again.
Of course, that's probably more for, like, when you start getting in a farming mood and not, like, right now just trying to beat him.
That's right, slamming my face into this wall.
Why isn't it the 25th yet? Why can't I just have Necro Countdown now? I can't wait to immediately pull on 14 the second the realm draws reset and instantly eat shit.
I can't wait to not pull on 14 for another 6 months because they haven't gotten event yet.
Hey, fun fact. They are so starved for event content that Ida and Ishtola had to hijack a banner just to get new stuff. Like, I can tell you right now, Ida Awakening, that's not on a 14 event. Yeah, like, I was very happy to get, like, Seth's Awakening, but I can't really use it for Medine until we are allowed to make plus element stuff. Artifacts, whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, I know what you mean.
It's a shame because I really like Golbez's second USB. It's... molto bene. Yeah, that's the thing too. Riku is allowed to use his Awakening right now on Medine, because he has actual weapon access.
Pictured here, me telling the stumpfish to go home.
Yeah, right now my whole Medine situation is a matter of running out of resources. So it takes a bit to get started, and then it's just like... Which is a weird thing to think about, because Golbez's USB is not Hungry Cast, it is purely Double Cast. Yes, I do have a chain. I have Cypher's chain. So I get to do nothing but use Life Siphon on him because that's the only way to get meter. That's gonna suck.
Ha.
Bye.
What? I kind of have like a brain space for this now. Man, remember when that happened to Tyro and I was just like, wait, okay, yeah, that's that move. And like, didn't even think about it? Because he just ate it. He ate it like a champ.
Yeah.
Why do you have a fucking Dark Drain? Why'd they build you wrong as a joke?
Why'd they build you wrong as a joke? The 5-star Magicite story. Yeah, Cypher's Burst would be very good for his wag-ass kit in Medine, because those Thorns and the Quick Cast on Command 2 are general purpose. Thorns isn't quite as useful on Medine, because Medine's just a very tanky gal, and she doesn't do as much damage as other Magicites normally.
See, it always fucks with me whenever you refer to Medine as a gal, because Medine always auto-completes to me in my brain as Terra's dad.
Yeah, like Manduin versus
Yeah.
Medine, yeah.
Because that's the reference that they're making there, but they made it a lady in 9. Or
Yeah,
like,
'cause-
yeah, like, whatever, but like...
Yeah.
Terra's older dad.
Hey, so like every time Shantota's trance pops and the aura starts flaring up, I just auto-complete that with just like a sound clip in my head of Ray Smuckles yelling, "I'm rude!" That's what that reminds me of.
Man, Akewood is such a smart comic.
Most of the stuff I know like enough of the good bits and pieces of Akewood. It's kind of a lot to read, and I kind of want to just sit down and read all of it one day.
Alright, Quetzalcoatl. Time for you to earn your keep. That's my boy. Or girl, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I haven't asked. Also, yeah, like terra homing's supposed to be like terraforming or something like that. It's just, it is wild to me that translation errors could exist in FF9's localization, because FF9's localization is actually really good.
How could Final Fantasy have a translation error?
I mean, like 9 specifically. They finally did it. They finally got a localization team that wasn't shit.
Why would Final Fantasy do this?
Yeah, translation is just hard.
Yeah, no. I make jokes, but no, yeah, like...
No, like, yeah, I absolutely understand. I was gonna say, like, it's not so much like it's wild to me, more like I don't expect it as much, but when it does happen, just like, yep, that's just kind of how it goes in localization sometimes. You know, hey, Final Fantasy IX's localization team did a really good job.
Watch this handoff. Chain the first. Comboed directly into Chain the second. Because actually, when you think about 50% damage boost is actually probably kind of way worth it.
Small Brain, Allegra Moto, Galaxy Brain, Frightening Lightning's Quick Cast 2 into actual Chain for big boys. Yo, I think about stuff like that, and I also think about, like, I don't know, shit like Kate Sith having a Scottish accent, despite Scotland not existing in Final Fantasy VII world.
Okay, but that one just owns.
That one just owns.
Also, the fact that it is, yes, the vocal whatever thing on the Kate Sith robot turns it into a Scottish accent. Because, remember, it's just a robot. Your friend and mine, Kate Sith, is just a robot.
It was also just like that part in the start of the game when Colonel Shiz was introduced, and like it was introduced as like Reeve initially, and then Reeve gets shot, and then the head falls off, and then it's just like, oh, it's Kate Sith in wearing Reeve's body.
A robot piloting a robot. What if a dog can pet a dog?
No, that's not the fucked up part. The fucked up part is like, Reeve was talking in his normal voice, and then when Kate Sith comes out of the Reeve body, he's speaking in a Scottish accent.
There were 2 the whole time.
I'm seeing double, 4 accents.
Dirge of Cerberus is actually a really smart game. Like, it's Final Fantasy MGS in every aspect. There's a weird team that kind of has a connection to the main character, and they all have a theme. Prove me wrong. It's just Final Fantasy Metal Gear Solid.
No, dog, you're right. 1000%. I think that my favorite part of how Dirge of Cerberus coming to be was that enough people in management decided Final Fantasy VII fans really want a game that's all about Yuffie and Kate Sith.
Yeah. They weren't wrong.
God, fuck. Now I'm thinking about, like, the, Ultimania explanation for things, because when Ultimania has to explain things, it's always super stupid and bad. So, like, they can't just say, Reeve good at making robots. They have to say, he has, like, a magical ability to breathe life into objects, aka he make robot good.
Hell yeah. No, that's real stupid and I love it. Okay. Big time, come on, Quits. Quits, where you at?
Yeah, Furry Tractor. Hold on one sec. Let me scroll back up here.
Fuck.
Okay, so
I tried to time it. This is good. This is as good as it's gonna get.
I see you've entered into final phase. Okay, yeah. Cloud of Darkness, BSB2 and LMR. That's good. Garland Shade and LMR. Yeah. Riku Awakening. Sid Reigns, BSB1 and USB1. Yeah, that's all, like, that's all super solid. Well, time to die.
Yep. That's about right. Well. So right now, the main problem always seems to be Quetzalcoatl just doesn't charge or come out at the right time.
That is something that you're going to be fighting with just about every 5-star Magicite. It is always more about the initial cast than the support. And as you go further and further into 5-star Magicites, it's just going to be like, man,
right,
the follow-up attacks are nowhere near him.
My Quetzalcoatl isn't inherited at all. Which does affect the amount of damage it does, right?
No, not necessarily. Like,
But aren't there attacks based off the Magicite stats?
your attacks are based off of whether or not you've broken level 80. Like, once you have 4
Yes, but aren't the attacks that they make based off of the stats of the Magicite, like the damage?
Oh, you're talking about, like, is the potency based on, like, inheritance or some shit, right?
Yes.
Not sure. Because I know that people, for Quetzalcoatl specifically, they like to just double down on the dampened water and fast act.
No, dude, dog.
Sorry.
The number stats that they have. You know how their number stats go up when you do inheritance?
I forgot that was a thing that existed. Sorry. I don't know. I guess.
But yeah, this seems close, semi-doable.
If your Quetzalcoatl has more magic, it will do more damage with its overflow. Thank you for a tractor.
Yes, and there were times where it was barely not breaking the rage.
Like, yeah, I was not trying to be intentionally slow on the uptake. I literally forgot that stats actually got boosted when you inherited shit.
And there's other things. Diving those 2 ding-dongs will help it to an extent. Garnet's is like she gets fast summon cast, right?
Yeah, she gets mag boost and quick cast status. Shantoto gets, she gets a magic up, res down, and then high quick cast status.
You need at least 30-ish chain stacks to break. I mean, I had way higher than that and didn't break. Unless you mean on the initial cast. That's different.
Yeah, I think they're talking about initial cast. Like I said, 5-star Magicites, as you go further and further in, become less about the follow-up attacks and more about the initial cast. Like, it's a nice idea, but it's very inconsistent, and Magicite's just beefy as fuck.
One thing I would avoid putting Garnet in slot 1 even, you know. So here's the thing. I might dive Garnet so that she has a little bit more number. The main thing and why I wouldn't put her in slot 1 or would bank on her trance too much. I used all those summons, almost all those summons by the end of that. I do not need her to be casting quickly. That's not something I'm begging for at this point. Having Ash in slot 1 is way better, because if I do hit the stone, hey, having one of my main DPSs in there is way better.
Also,
and that's another thing, like, oh, you could use her BSB. Like, Ash is gonna do way more damage no matter what.
I think, like, the whole thing is just, like, it's better when you have her BSB too, because, yeah, summons do not have a whole lot of hones, and she's also barding, so you're not going to have a whole lot of hones in that section either. So at that point, it's just like, well, I wouldn't want her to cast quickly unless I was sure I had a backup plan.
And then the other thing I can do is obviously I can spend some water. Do that.
Yeah, like
Do you know, the Aegis, the Null, Magic. Those are numbers.
was out for a walk. How did the 5-star Kets team do?
We got close. I'm like 85%.
Yeah, I'd say definitely maybe consider Garnet BSB2 when you're browsing through the Anima list on Tier 2.
I may. But regardless, I think we're going to wrap up for the night. Oh, I need to end this YouTube video. That's what I need to wrap up with.